Hello, everyone. GoldenHawk, creator of Ancient Powers and High Priestess for the House of Life, and coming on tonight to speak with you about tools, modalities, and training. Had a very long discussion over the last few days about full recall of past life memory, and I really wasn't sure what was being asked at first. I was I responded with some of my own experiences with past life stuff, but I had past life recall when I don't remember not having past life recall. Um, but what ended up coming up was a little bit going on about technology and then tools. And I instantly moved into training and modalities. Uh, Inside myself, I have a whole lot of education in many different areas, and I got actually a lot of useless training. I went to a lot of courses where I was like, oh, this has helped me put some things into a decent, much better actual order and organization, and that was great. But I also saw the other people in the class just really struggle with it. And a really good structure is extremely important. I have been in courses that had some really great teachers. I've been to some teachings actually that had really great teachers, but they were only teaching me and maybe one other person because these were things that were passed down through generations, passed down to specific people, specific seekers. And looking through things as I have been and I've been going into a lot of groups, and I'm like, oh, whoa, there are so many people that are still teaching the old stuff. They're still teaching the things that have never gotten us out. Well, Mary Lee, they're um, still teaching astral travel as if it's something different than traveling in the astral plane, which is part of the quantum probability field. They're still working with guides and angelic beings that are definitely part of the quantum probability field and inside the loops that just keep putting us back into the same old cycles. And we're not that far into the photon belt, so I really shouldn't be so horrified, but I have been, and just, but more and more really good teachers are coming out, and they are actually expanding at least the quantum probability field, which is a very good thing. And the frequencies are reaching higher. Understanding that we need to be working inside the multidimensional realities is very important, and not just trying to reach higher dimensions. Trying to access higher dimensions from the quantum probability field is not going to ever happen. So, but most of what we need to work it with is inside that field. It is becoming detached from that field. It is moving out of frequency and out of sync with that field and into sync with others who are moving and working to come out of sync with that field. And the tools that are needed for that, beyond your own intuition and the teachings are extremely important. And the own inner voices and the guardians and guides that you do have that are working with you, your ancestral lines, those tools, the old ones, tried and true, the old tools won't get you out, but the old tools will work with your new information and the new intuitive pieces that are coming in now that we're inside the photon band. And a pendulum can be your very best friend. Absolutely. And expanding your ability to work with one, to use one, and stones and crystals. Awesome. Great. Super simple. Here from the beginning, here when we're in the probability field, and they will be here when we are out of the probability field. Excellent, excellent allies in this work. I prefer not to call them tools because they have a consciousness and therefore should be dealt with and worked with as beings with a consciousness. And you don't have to own a stone to be able to work with the frequency of the stone if you connect with it. So it's the level of work and the level of information that you're using yourself, not so much what it is that you're using. A tarot deck is structured for very, very basic, very patterned pieces. It's actually structured with the major arcana being structured on the Kabbalah and the spheres within, moving through the power of the numbers. Really simple and really easy to work. So it's lining up with what you line up with and then finding out what symbols mean to you, what they bring out with you. It's really, really about the work and about what you are being taught, how you're being structured, and how you're applying it. To deconstruct right now is the most important thing. And some of the very best colleges around the world, especially in arts, in music, in literature, they're going to deconstruct. They're going to deconstruct you to give you a free and open field. And that's what we need to do here. That's what we need to do in the now. That's what we need to continue to do. And we need to embrace, fully embrace, with gratitude, this work. We need to release old negative feelings around the structure of what's been here and the people who were part of what's happened and what's gone on, and understand that they were trapped and caught in the structure, and use the tools, the simplest of tools, the easiest of tools. And let me tell you, your mind, your body is working with by far more programming and quite a bit faster than any computer you're in front of. It's the programming that exists inside it that's working against you from what has been for so long. So, the tools, pick something that's simple, that's easy, that you relate to. The modalities, check out a few things, see what works and what's native to you. The training, well, I have a library list at House of Life. Go to the page. I don't recommend too much of the training. Too much of it is connected to the old loops. Or come in, let's talk. PM me. I can get you the same results I do my other students and my clients because I work both ways. I'm very happy to see where you're at and how I can help you. Never forgot.